Okay, so I think I'll go first on the struggling friendships. So I feel like the biggest time between all my friendship with her is probably the time I got in a car accident. I got in a car accident in 2015, and she was actually in Florida, and she was in Florida, and I got in a car accident. And I remember my dad, I was like, tell Hannah, call Hannah, call Hannah, I need Hannah to know. And I got put into surgery, so I didn't really know people that were coming in and out. Well,
This was 2 years ago.
This was 2 years ago. Well, me and Hannah have friendships that's grown. We've had some like ups and downs, but nothing that we couldn't fix. Well, I think the hardest part within our friendship for me was like during my car accident. I mean, we're just gonna be honest. Hannah wasn't really a part of my life as much. She kind of like, and I don't really know what she did. That's her perspective to tell after I get done. Well, I feel like during that time, it was hard for me because the person I needed most, the person that I wanted on my side, wasn't beside me. And I feel like now, though, I feel like that big thing, it's like a little thing now, because I feel like because of that, our friendship is just massive. Because like if you can get through hard times together, I mean, I think things you can just conquer. But something that really showed me through Christ is that like, even though she wasn't there for me when I needed her the most, I mean, I actually like had the chance to like read the Bible and get more involved, and that's actually when I got saved. And like I said, our testimony will tell you. Well, at the time, I was like, I just remember crying out to God, and I was like, God's never gonna leave you. Like, He's always there, and He'll be your best friend. And like, I feel like I go through hard times now, and she's always right there. She's like, takes away, I'm like, Hannah, I need you, and she's right there. And I feel like the reason why behind this is because God wanted me to understand that I shouldn't depend on people in this world to always be there for me when I should rely on Him. So I feel like it was a growing experience for our friendship and for like me, because if it didn't happen, then I probably would still always depend on humans to make me feel better when you should depend on God. So I feel like that was my biggest struggle with us.
I'm not even gonna try and justify that, like say, oh well, this is why I did this. This is why I wasn't there for you. I should have been there for you. Like, I don't know. The only reason that I can really say that I wasn't there, I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't know who I was at that point. And I think that I just was trying to shut people out of my life at that point. Like, I literally cut off all my friendships, which it just sucks because she was in the middle of a car wreck where she couldn't walk. She was in a wheelchair. She couldn't do anything for herself, and I just happened to be cutting people out of my life at that point. And the fact that I did cut a lot of people out of my life, but she's still here, says a lot. But I think the biggest struggle for us is, for me personally, trying to stay friends with her. Like, during that point, that was my choice, so it wasn't really a struggle for me. One time, we were like in 8th grade, 6th, 7th grade, I don't know.
I'm scared where she's going with this.
So she had always told me, like, I'm kind of a jealous friend, and that's not a good thing, but I am. And she like got really close to this other girl, and I was okay with it at first, but then she started ditching me to hang out with her. And she'd always tell me, Hannah, you're my best friend. And she'd still tell me that. Like, the few times we would hang out, she'd be like, Hannah, you're still my best friend, blah, blah, blah. And I'd be like, are you telling the other girl that? Well, then she just stopped hanging out with me for like 2 months. And I was just like, where's she at? Well, she was with this other girl. And then she was like posting up on social media, I love my best friend, with this new girl. And I was just like, okay, where you at? And so that was really hard for me, because it was like, well, now do I go on to somebody else, or do I wait for her to come back for me? Well, I ended up waiting, and she ended up coming back, and I took her back. I won't take you back again, just so you know.
Well, you're not. Pretty sure she will.
But, that, I think you're going to have to, in every friendship, you'll have to, like, learn from things like that. Like, there's going to be other people in your friends' lives, and there's going to be other people that take your friends away from you, and I don't know, you just have to learn to work around it. Not be jealous like me. So, I don't know. And I think it's great now, because, like, our friendship has grown to where we're so close. We're, like, accountability partners, and we failed. We've said that so many times, but, like, we failed a lot. Like, a lot of times after church camp, we'll be like, hey, we're going to be accountability partners.
We're going to do devotions and see each other stuff, but then we never do.
Like, a week later, I'm sitting here talking about some girl behind their back, and she is just over here talking with me, so it's like, we're not really uplifting each other. We're, like, bringing each other down.
And that's kind of the reason why we started this video. Good reason why we kind of started this video is because, like, I feel like this was a good Like we just got done with D now, which this is why we have our shirts on. It's called like relationship is greater than religion, and we'll explain to you. So and like I feel like this really like hit us because I was thinking about like I feel like social media is a big distraction, like a major distraction in society in our community,
in teenagers especially.
Yeah, and I feel like Satan just uses that to like divide us because we're so consumed with social media and don't like have time to read the Bible. I mean, I know for me, like I struggle with reading the Bible and getting into the Word and praying, and I feel like you guys could too. So I feel like the reason why we're making this video is like to spread the gospel through social media because then you kind of really don't really have an excuse. Oh, I'm on social media all the time. Well, we're on here.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. I was thinking the same thing, and it's so weird how this happened. Okay, it's weird how God works, but it's great how He works too. So it's like I was sitting there, I was thinking, what is my biggest distraction? And it is probably social media. Like, how many times can I pick up my phone and check social media? How many times do I pick this up versus my phone? So it's like, well, I bet other people struggle with that too. So I was thinking, how can we do that? Social media affect social media. Well, if God is being like proclaimed on social media, tons and tons of people are going to see that. Tons of teenagers that we can like work with, you know. So I was like, oh my goodness, what do we need? How can we involve social media and God? Well, she texts me and she's like, I have this great idea. So we made a video during D-Now talking about how what a relationship looks like versus what religion looks like.
And we'll kind of explain to you. So she's going to talk about religion, and I'm going to talk about relationship.
Yeah, but hold on.
Well, hold on.
So then she texts me and she's like, Hannah, you know how great that video has like gone like through social media? Like,
she posted on Facebook and we shared it.
And a bunch of people were sharing it, and you know,
crazy.
Like we really want like to just be able to affect our community. Well, our whole community probably has seen that video by now. So it's like, well, that's a great way of making a video to affect the community through social media. So she texted me and she was like, Hannah, let's make videos. I was like, I was just thinking about that. That's so weird. So, yeah, it was just weird how it worked out. Anyways, back to the whole relationship versus religion.
So, as we said before, we decided to make these videos, and our youth pastor, Stephen, like, we had these missions and just different stuff we have to do, and one of the skits was, like, as she said, was to make a difference between relationship and religion, and we had, to sit down and think about things, like, relationship, well, we'll start with religion, so I'll do religion, and you can just do relationship since it's going that way. So, religion, I'm pretty sure many of you guys go to, some of you guys may go to church, some of you guys may not. Well, we really learned during this weekend that you can say that you have a religion. I'm going to use it again because I think the Play-Doh was a great analogy for it. So if you have like Play-Doh and like it says like conform into a ball, you can conform it. But if it says transform into a ball, you can't transform Play-Doh into a ball because like only through God. So many times we can say that, you know, we're Christians. We say that we go to church and we say that we do this and this and this, a checklist and etc. things. And many times I do that too, that it's just like a checklist. We just go and we just learn about the gospel and we just go back and we just live the same way. And if we really were Christians, we wouldn't want to live the same way. And we realize that. And religion is like, you say that you're Christian and you say that you're a ball when really you're Play-Doh, when really you're just not. You fully don't have a God in your heart that is making you make the decisions and make good decisions and proclaim His gospel because you just like, maybe you're so consumed with the world or rejection or what people think. This is why I feel like it's a good for social media because, I mean, we're not really getting rejected face to face. I mean, if you don't like our video, okay. But we, like us as Christians, we're called to share the gospel. And if it's starting with something like through a screen, then we'll do that. Maybe you guys will get involved and you guys will make your own videos and you guys can post them and share and let know because I mean it just isn't. It's not just us. It starts with you. It starts with everyone, and it's just like it's like a ripple. When you throw a rock into a pond, what does it do? It ripples. It just shares out like a. No.
So we're trying to throw that rock, you know. It's up to you guys to make the ripple effect and bring it out into the.
So then she's gonna explain to you about relationships.
Okay. So, like she said, you can go to church. You can have that little checklist, you know. Oh, I tithed. I gave my 10%, you know. I went to church. I went to Sunday school. I went to Wednesday night church. I helped with VPS. Big whoop. I mean, all that is great. That is great. I'm not going to say that it's not. But if your heart's not in it, then that's just a religion. Relationship is when you go, God is in your heart and He is
you're trying to like grow in the relationship. So like by like reading the Bible and praying and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
well, like he just is in your life and he makes his presence evident. Like, if, like she said, with the whole transforming into the ball, like without God, you're going to be stuck as Play-Doh. Like, yeah, you can look like a ball, you can bounce kind of like a ball, but you're not a ball, you're Play-Doh. But God can literally make that Play-Doh ball into an actual ball. Just like you can look like a Christian, you can act like a Christian, but you might not be a Christian. Without God, you're not a Christian. But God is what makes you a Christian. And so, like, you can go, and I fall short in this area too. You can go and live life at school and be like cussing and drinking on Fridays and partying. I don't drink and cuss, that's not what I meant. I mean, I do sometimes, but not drink. That's what I meant. No.
You can pretty much, like, what she's kind of saying is like you can live like the world.
You can live like the world, basically, and
try to repent on Sundays.
And then go to church and be like, yeah, I'm a Christian, but not live like it. That's religion. A relationship, you're going to try and work in those areas that you're struggling. You're going to try and repent. God is going to be in your life, and he's going to be like, listen, Hannah, you're not living life right. You need to change. And I'm going to change because God is telling me to change. And if you don't, that's where I'm thinking you're probably just having a religion. You're not really having a relationship. And if you don't like the fact that I'm calling you out, it's probably God talking to you. Anyways.
So like how like what we kind of learned about relationships is like things like actually like trying to develop like a relationship because last year at D-Now this got something really true, and it says like what if your best friend moved and you would probably still try to keep in contact. I know if you moved, I'd probably still try to keep in contact with you. So it's kind of like if your best friend moves and you just totally cut off communication, do you expect your relationship to grow? Probably not. So it's kind of just like Jesus. Like, if you don't have a communication by reading the Bible or praying or just trying to grow, you can't expect your relationship to grow or that your communication will be great because you're not putting the effort. Because God's always there. He's always ready to like teach you through the word or pray. Like, he wants you to call upon him, but it has to start with you. And, like, if you want your relationship to grow, just start somewhere.
Yeah, and that, I think where you should start is getting in God's word. I think that it's not, you can have the mindset, like, oh, I want to change, but until you put actions behind that, you're not going to get anywhere. Like, I've had the mindset for a very long time, oh, I don't want to live like the world, but I've been too lazy to get in God's word. But once you start getting in God's word, it starts speaking to you, and it's like, oh my goodness, I need to change, and it's really a motivational aspect in my life now. So like it motivates me to be different, and it actually tells me exactly what I need to do to be different, and it's like a guidebook on how to change your life, like how to change it. I don't know, it's just get in God's word. Yeah, I mean, it'll help you, it'll tell you what to do.
So as we said before, we wanted it to be like a rock and just throw it into the pond and just have a ripple. So we're going to continue to make more videos, and hopefully you guys will watch them, and hopefully you guys can share them. And if you haven't seen the video from D-Now, it's like below in both of our Facebooks, and we have this YouTube channel called FGG, which stands for God's Glory. So if you can check them out, that'd be awesome. And we want you guys to be involved in this too. So if you ever struggle with prayer, like praying or prayer requests, or just have any questions or something that you want like us to know, just give us feedback and we can share it. Because I mean,
if y'all have our numbers, text us. If you have us on Facebook.
If you have us on
anything, just let us know.
Let us know, and we're gonna show you our favorite memory verse, and mine is Jeremiah 29:11, and it says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope in a future."
And I don't have a favorite memory verse. I love them all. So, yeah.
So we hope that you stay back, and the question we have for you is, are you conformed or transformed?
Bye, guys.
Bye. Woo. I don't have a favorite memory verse.